one constant that we have in life, right? Everything can, must, and always will change. And I used to not like change. I was very against change. But in the line of work that I chose, the only constant, really, is your passion and drive to keep doing it. At the end of the day, it's a good enough reason as any to live life, You know, in every instance that you have, it just takes one thing to completely change your perspective, change the way you look at life, the way you look at yourself. I was at Massey Hall. It was a really chilly November. Coming out of those doors, haven't seen one of the best concerts of my life. I step outside, and right in front of the doors, there's a gentleman sitting there. He was almost invisible. People were walking through him. And for some reason, I thought to myself, I gotta go up and talk to him. Couldn't have been any older than I was. Almost like, not even quite a full adult yet. We're talking like 19, 20. So I go over, spend a couple minutes chatting with him. And by the time I realized what time it was, I had to catch the subway back home. I gave him what change I could. Started walking, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. So around 1 o'clock in the morning, when I finally locked the door, went into my basement, picked up a guitar, wrote the song for him and everybody else out there that could use a helping hand, but doesn't always know where to find it. On a cool November morning, you hear the ship swing in the breeze. He moves a paper up his shoulder, questions what life means. Travel through the concrete jungle, he tries to barter with his fate. His memories left behind him, lessons written across his face. Most people in your head, they don't care if life gets through. For the wise man is not a wise man, so he's assumed to be a fool, but he goes on. So he prays to hosts of angels, he saints to put bread in his hands. Maybe saints don't listen, and his hands go cold again. The open man, his castle, the park benches and stone. The wise man makes no penance, all he gets is time alone, but he goes on. Fast forward to about 3 years later, I find myself in Nashville, Tennessee, waking up before the sunrise so I can get some breakfast before the recording session like that. Sitting there with a list of songs in front of me, trying to figure out how to narrow this down to the 10, maybe 11 that we're going to record for this upcoming album. It's a bit like picking your favorite child. Like, you can't really do it. You know, I'm sitting there listening to, like, looking at these lines, looking at these words, going, I don't know which one I'm going to pick. I don't know what we're going to start with today. I don't even know if I can narrow this down. And lo and behold, sitting in this little cafe, I hear the little bell on top of the door ring. I look up, and there he is, coming in, asking if they could spare any old pastries, old bagels, anything that they could spare for a little breakfast. So I look over at the waitress and I say, hey, you can take a seat beside me. Bought him and myself some breakfast. Chatted with him for a little bit. And when he left, and I was driving to the studio, I knew exactly what song we were going to record there. There's never rest for more than nothing. I'll always greet you with a smile. But like the king's new wardrobe, they see through him all the while. All want to accuse him. No one ever asks why. He's not straight from the others, pain within his eyes. All it takes is some compassion to change the story of his life. The course of one man's trials, offered solely by a smile. So take heed of those in trouble, for this man once was wise. And despite where he may wander, he's never in disguise. He goes on, building in his castle. Park bench is his throne, but the wise man pays no penance. All he gets is time alone. All he gets is time alone.